Hi Donna, welcome to my room. I always look forward to these meetings and thought it would be a good idea to meet in my classroom. I know you have a topic in mind. What's on the agenda?
Well, the district is really focusing on giving directions and student engagement this year. So I thought it would be a good idea for us to visit about that before the principal comes in to do an observation.
That's a great idea. I know those are the district goals. That's why I asked you to look closely for evidence about how I gave directions when you came in to observe. I'm glad we're talking about that today.
Well, let's take a look at the data from my visit again, this time with those components of the teaching standards in mind. All of us are becoming familiar with the Marshall rubrics and learning how they can help us improve our skills. That's important. The two of us are only working to get better. I'm not evaluating your work.
I know you said that before. It's good to hear it again. Thanks for the reminder.
So let's take a look. Giving directions falls under Domain C, Delivery of Instruction. We can look at E, Clarity, to get more specific information. As you glance over the rubric, you can see how improvement is indicated moving from the right to the left. Where do you think you would fit today?
Well, I like to think I'm clear and thoughtful in my directions, but when I look at the notes that you took when you observed, I don't think that's always the case.
That's why evidence is so important. It can reveal patterns or actions that we're not aware of as we concentrate on our teaching. What do you see?
Well, here's the first thing that jumps out. I said 5 in 5 minutes, 4 to 5 sentences, and then changed it again to 3 to 4 sentences. No wonder they seemed a bit confused. When I look at the rubric, I think it puts me in needing improvement. That seems like the right place, doesn't it?
Yes, that might be the best column for this lesson. But there are two things to remember. First, you're using actual evidence to make this placement rather than just coming up with a random decision. Secondly, don't forget this is not an evaluation. It's designed for you to improve your skills. So let's think about ways to move towards the expert column. What would you need to do differently?
Well, I think I need to be clear and consistent in my directions.
It sounds like you'd like to have a specific plan ahead of time to know exactly what you want to say.
That really does seem obvious, I think, doesn't it? I don't know, if I don't know what I want, the students surely are not going to know what to do.
What's another way you might have made directions clear to your students?
At our last conference, I wondered if examples might have helped them. Then I visited Mr. Howard's room and I noticed he had several examples for the students, and that seemed to really make a big difference. Now I see that good examples might have moved me toward, maybe the proficient column. That might be a good step to add when I make my plans.
Sounds like you already have several ideas for improving your skill in delivering clear instructions. It'll be interesting to hear about any changes when we meet next week. At our conference, let's also see what evidence we can find for student involvement, since that's the other focus for the district this year. There are two elements in the teaching standards to guide us: D, connections, and G, engagement. I have a copy of them for each of us so we can look them over for our next meeting. How does that sound?
That sounds great.